You know, I'm always keeping my eye out on what's really going on in the media, and webisodes are just taking off. You know, I'm a writer myself, and I sit at my computer and I click on these things that come up, and the script was just funny. You know, it was funny, and I knew a lot of the performers I saw on the cast list, from Rodney Perry to Kim Whitley, and then I've just met my co-star in Lena, and it just, you know, these days you almost have to do work that just feels right. And it just felt right. So here we are at Pier 1. There's a lot of comedy, we all know there's a lot of comedy in the mind about, you know, what it is to prepare a wedding. Because a guy can care less and a woman cares about every single detail. Right. So, you know, as soon as the canvas itself lends itself to just, you know, finding funny stuff, then after that you just want to make sure the players, you know, are talented people, and you can have a blast. So that's what we're doing right now.
Lena and I got together, we wrote this script, and found MWG, decided they wanted to produce it, and for us the most important thing was getting the right cast. With that, we wanted improv actors, we wanted people who could, you know, add, subtract, multiply with the lines, and
fly, go and move on the fly.
Yeah.
Move on the fly. Things will change, and people like to jump into a situation and make it funny.
What kind of groom to be is Simon? Simon's my character. What kind of groom to be is Simon? Simon is, well, I think he wants to get married. But I definitely think he bit off more than he can chew when it comes to the actual preparation. Okay. You know, selecting the tablecloths and the invitations, and you know, he would kind of like to go poof, and it's all there and it's done. So his lady though, Rochelle Rocky, she is obsessing over every single detail, and that's really what it's about. It's about her obsessing over every detail and me trying to pull her back.
In this series, I'm not a bridezilla, but Annie is detail-oriented,
Yeah.
and so she can bring some of that to the table. And then I think there's a lot about Rochelle that's just, she's a fun person, but she wants everything done really right. And if it's not going to be done right by somebody else, she'll do it herself.
She's not completely a bridezilla. She's not going to come off as annoying, but she's definitely going to come off as detail-oriented. How about that?
I just moved into his apartment, so we are decorating the house a little bit. And
yes, and we also were actually test driving and negotiating with our valets. And so that was in the parking lot, and unfortunately they're also a car wash, and they've hosed down poor Simon's pants, and he had
needs
to change.
And so conveniently located right behind us is a Pier 1. Okay. And so we come in here and he changes his clothes.
Negotiating with Ping the valet, to scaring off about 3 or 4 wedding planners in a nanosecond, it seems. We've actually sold our preparation to a production company to make a documentary about us. Okay. That's what it's about. So it's really about this documentary crew invading our lives. Okay. And we get a free honeymoon out of the deal.
The chemistry was like instantaneous. It was amazing. Yeah. And what I love is he's really taken the lines and the character and own it. You know, I mean, he takes his own spin, and I mean, we were 2 girls writing a male voice. We're like, we definitely wanted his input on it.
Yeah.
So he's just taken the lines and run with them.
He's bringing a lot to the table.
This one belongs to Annie and Lena. You know, they wrote it. They deserve the credit. You spotlight those women. They are talented women who are coming up in our town. But I'll definitely try my hand at writing a few of my own as well. I wanted to kind of dabble with it. So when my manager called me about it, I said, well, let's see what's up on the webisode tip. And you know, they've been really nice to me. I did about 2 or 3 different characters. There was Steve, Stefan, Myrtle. People pick the ones that they like. You know, I don't know. It's one of those kind of things. It's a part of pop culture. And, you know, we did a good job with 200 episodes of being a part of pop culture forever. And some people can identify with being that person, and some people can identify with knowing a person like that. See, that's what's so funny, and people don't know about my life. I get called Stefan when I'm in the streets by pretty much every chick I pass, and people are like, you know, guys are like, well, who's Stefan? Or, you know, they don't really understand you know, the correlation there, though, but I think it's really funny. I get called different characters depending on who I meet. It's totally age group. You know, a 5-year-old will be like, oh, Mom, it's Steve. You know, a 27-year-old will be like, oh, it's Stefan today. You know, it's Stefan.
Yeah. So
that's actually fun for me, where people think I'm put off by it. I'm not. I get a chance to see this generational thing going on of different appreciators, and especially when I get somebody that's 5 years old that's looking at me going, no, that's not him, and they're just not convinced.
Right.
You know, so it's fun.